Thank you. That's very nice. It's good to be here. I didn't know I was going to make it. I just want to say you have a great stage manager backstage because I've never actually been on your show before, and they show you a map. There's a map. I was standing backstage, and you said, when you get to the end of the wall, make a left, and it's like it's like having your own personal GPS system. Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought I would be lost, but to find you here, it's just wonderful. I'm glad to be here.
A lot of people get confused and go to the right.
A lot of people actually come out and they go that way and go, where's Ellen?
Well, and they talk to Tony sometimes 15 or 20 minutes before they realize that it's at the wrong place.
You never say, hey, I'm over here. You don't tell people where you are.
No, I don't like to make them look like fools. I just let them do what they want to do.
Right. Well, I found my way.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
This is very exciting. It's been a very exciting. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
It is very exciting.
I don't know why they're applauding because I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, they want you to be excited.
I am excited.
They're thrilled for your excitability.
I am, and I'm just. I don't want to go over the top. And it was wonderful watching you at the beginning of the show play the game.
It's fun to do.
It is fun, and you're very good at it. How do you not remember the girls' names?
Yeah.
There was 4 of them,
yeah.
and but you just met them.
Yeah, I'm not good at names anyway, though.
I'm not good at names at all.
You remember all those women?
No, I don't. I make up names, and you never see them and go, no, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'll just say, Debbie, open the case, and what you don't see in editing, she goes, I'm not Debbie.
Right.
You don't see that part.
They're out of there if
You're
they
not out
correct
of there.
How dare they correct
I actually don't know their names. But the people at Deal or No Deal were nice enough. I actually, for no reason at all, 3 years ago, memorized 26 female names in a certain order. And casting was nice enough to cast 26. Don't laugh. I think you don't get that kind of simpatico in Hollywood, and that's just really nice of them to do. So I'd like to thank the people at NBC and Endemol for caring to not make me look like an idiot, because I do look like an idiot many times. I do.
You never look like an idiot.
Oh, I asked my wife.
Yeah,
I do. My wife is angry with me right now.
I will. Wait, let's talk about the show for a second, because I have questions, because I really love the show.
I have answers. I hope they match.
All right. If they don't, we can, in post, fix them.
Okay, all right.
All right, so the show is hugely popular.
Huge. I'm a huge success. You have no idea how lucky you are to have me on your show. I know. No, you laugh, but I am huge. This is big. Everywhere I go.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You should know that you're huge. You are.
Thank you. Thank you.
The show is very popular.
Very popular.
My question is the banker. Is that somebody just doing that? Is there a guy up there really calculating and
yes. There's a guy, you know what I did, and this is going to sound a little actory, but they said, when they explained the game to me, and it's all over the world, it's in 41 countries, it's this huge hit, and they said, this banker's going to call you with the offer, and he's the bad guy. He wants everybody to leave with as little as possible, and I said, I don't want to meet him. So I don't meet him, and it's just his voice on the phone. A couple of weeks ago, I actually went up and I saw the guy, I saw his face, but I don't know him, and it's the voice, and he taunts them and says horrible things. I repeat some of the things, but not all. I mean, some things are dirty, but I won't say that. But he taunts. It's a real guy. They have a mathematical equation. So by the amount, for those of you, there are probably people who haven't seen the show.
At home, there might be 1 or 2, but explain it. I kind of did, but explain again.
You already did it?
Well, but when I was
Why waste time then?
Okay.
Remember what she said? It's like that. Anyway. So he'll make them offers to go home, and it's based on a mathematical equation. 26 cases, the amount of cases that have been opened up, and the odds that are left that they may have big money in their case. He just works it out on his laptop and gives me a figure. And it's fascinating to me that people, I meet the people and I interview them, and they tell me, they're in debt, and they've never owned a home, and they have 3 kids to go to college, and their parents are sick, and I say, okay, $250,000, and they go, no, deal. And the hardest part of my job is not to slap somebody and say, you moron, take the money now. And go home. That's the hardest part of because at home, I know people are sitting at home going, why aren't you? I can't. I have to be. I'm a host.
Right.
I'm a host.
Right.
Can I say it one more time?
Yeah.
I'm a host.
Now, so do you know how much money? Do you know which case it's in?
No.
Does the guy in the upstairs know?
No. They say it's put there by a third party randomly. I'm never invited to that party. I've been to 2 parties. It's a third party they don't invite me to.
Yeah.
No, nobody knows what's in the case. He just knows. The board is there, so we see from 1 penny all the way to $1 million. We see what's left, but nobody knows anything. No. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
I don't know what that has to do with this particular answer. But I don't know. So.
No, but it's the truth.
Yes, and I'm not here to lie. That is, I don't know what that has to do with anything. But yes, nobody knows. That's what makes it exciting. It's very exciting to do. I never know what to do.
When did that start?
You know when it started? When I was doing Deal or No Deal, I thought I should have a sign-off, right? So I really overthink things, and I said, okay, I got an idea. I'm gonna sign off with a salute, good night. And then I said, no, you know what's kind of cool? A point. You know, good night from Deal. And then I said, you know what, it's too harsh. Maybe just a wave, like this, good night, we'll see you next time on Deal. And then I figured I couldn't make up my mind, so it's kind of everything. It's just an amalgamation of a wave, a thing, and I had 3 other moves, but they didn't fit into this. Oh. Good night. See you next time on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah. No time for that.
I had no time.
You know, Howie,
what?
You have been here more than any other guest we've ever had on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't applaud that. That just means I'm free more than anybody else. Everybody is, no, that's, really? Yeah. I had no idea. But that shouldn't end. When you end this season, I'm gonna drop by your house more than anybody ever has.
Oh, good.
So I need your address.
Good.
You gotta give me, no, that is so, wow.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
wonderful, and I'm honored, and I'm also sad.
Yeah, it was like 42 times you've been on the show or something like that.
Yeah, I know, but I love being here, and I love when I'm not here. I love watching you. And can I just say something? I want to be serious for a minute. That I am so, I think you're doing a wonderful thing for yourself, but I am so heartbroken. I think there's going to be a big void in America and on television at the end of this season. And you have shared, I'm not kidding. You've shared so much with people, and days, you know, I have hard times sometimes. You know, I've talked about my mental health issues. I turn you on, and you make me smile. And I'm sure you do that for millions of people all over the world. And you share, and you're generous, and you're kind, and it's just, there's going to be a void. I don't know what to say to you, but you know, I love that you invited me here 40 times, and this has been always, it is a highlight to my week when I show up here. And not only that, you've given so much, not just to the audience, to the people that show up here. Look, I got a shirt.
That's true.
And you know what I was thinking? And also, and maybe they probably know this, but where am I going to get my underpants, Ellen?
We'll still sell it.
You will?
Yeah, we'll.
Because I always wear your underpants. I'm wearing your underpants today. I always wear the Ellen underpants. I always. And I'll tell you something. No. I mean, it's so emotional. No, I'm serious. This is not a joke. This is not a joke, people. This is serious. She's leaving, and I'm gonna miss her, and I don't want to go into Target and buy a 3-pack. You'll edit that out. You'll edit that out, right? Yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
By the way, you have great legs.
I know, and you should see my hips. No, thank you. Do I have good legs?
Yeah, you do.
Do I?
You have really great legs.
I enjoy them.
Do you work out?
Do I work out?
Yes.
I walk.
Yeah.
I walk.
That's the best thing for you.
Is it the best thing for you?
And
I think that's a sign of getting old.
Well,
because I'll go for a walk. I like my walk. When you were young, did you ever say to somebody, when you were 16, 17, call up a friend, you doing anything? No. You want to walk? And they would say, where? Now, as an old guy, I just walk nowhere. I had a beautiful walk. Yeah. And I talk about my walk. Oh, my God. You know what I did yesterday? I went on a walk. There was trees, and there was animals and birds, and I walked, and I walked, and I walk. I love walking. My friends videotape me walking. I think it was on TikTok this week. I was walking, and there was another guy beside me walking who they thought, look, oh, there we are. That's me and my trainer.
Wait.
One more.
Wait, were you walking with him, or he just happened to be dressed just like you?
I'm a trendsetter, so he just happened to look that way. I walked next to him, and I picked up his gait. I picked up that stride, and I'll tell you something. It's amazing. What we're doing is we're walking and doing Kegels at the same time. Yeah. That's why we walk like that, like squeeze.
I can tell.
Squeeze.
I can tell. Howie, how long were you doing stand-up? I heard about this morning in a meeting. One of your first big gigs was opening for Diana Ross, and that's a huge
you know what?
thing.
But, you know, I should tell. Well, you kind of. the story was this. I did the Merv Griffin show. And I was still commuting I'm from Toronto. I was commuting back and forth from Toronto because I did Make Me Laugh, and I got calls from the Mike Douglas show, and then I flew out and did the Mike Douglas show, and then I'd go back home, and then I did the Merv Griffin show, and I flew back to Toronto, and I fly back to Toronto right after, and I had a full-time job. I was still in retail, and I get a call from Gene Simmons of Kiss. And why is that funny? And at that time, they were like huge, right? Kiss was everything. And they said, Gene Simmons of Kiss, my mom said, Gene Simmons of Kiss is on the phone. And I talked to him and he goes, it's Gene Simmons. I saw you on Merv and you were very funny. I went, thank you. This is amazing. Kiss saw me. And he goes, would you be my girlfriend's opening act? And I go, oh, okay, who's your girlfriend? And I don't know if you remember this, but he was living with Diana Ross. That was his girlfriend. And he hired me to be her opening act. And I said, yes. Without really having an act, I was on Make Me Laugh for 6 minutes, and then I put together another 6 minutes for Merv and Mike. I didn't have like 20 minutes or a half hour. I remember that it was horrible. I went to Caesar's Palace. I'd never been to Vegas, and I'm at Caesar's Palace, and I go backstage, and on the door, it says Howie Mandel with 2 L's. And that's not even how I spell my name. Everybody knows it's 6. But but you know, I had a dressing room, and in the dressing room there was this piano, and a guy comes in and says, you Mr. Mandel? And I go, yeah. He goes, well, you're opening up for Miss Ross tonight. You have to do 20 minutes. And I said, okay, I'll try. And he said, do you hear what I'm saying? And I go, yeah, I hear what you're saying. And he says 20 minutes, not 19, not 21, 20. You got it? I go, I got it. I got it. And at that time, I never wore a watch, and I didn't know that everything, but it's a casino, you know? She has a show for every minute longer that they're gonna stay in. They're not at the table. So that's what the business in Vegas is. So I go, how am I gonna do 20 minutes? I know what I'll do. I used to always blow up a glove on my head and inflate it, and it would pop off. I knew that took a minute. You know? So I said, when there's 2 minutes to go, I gave a guy $20, a stagehand backstage. I gave him $20. I said, when there's like 2 minutes to go, will you go right behind, I worked in front of the curtain. Will you go behind the curtain and go on the curtain, and then I'll know. And he goes, I'll do that for you. I gave him the $20. The first night, the lights go down, the crowd roars, and it says, Caesar's Palace is proud to present an evening with Diana Ross, and the roar was deafening. If you listened really closely, I was standing beside the guy who said it, and now Howie Mandel. But first, Howie Mandel. Nobody wanted to see me. They weren't there for me. They let me out of the curtain, and I'm in front of the curtain, and everybody just got quiet, and people were looking at me like, what is this? What is this? And I'm standing right at the lip of the stage, and there's a lady right at the lip that's looking at me right in my eyes, going, get off, get off. She's hitting me on the toes. I'm not getting one laugh. It's just silence the whole time, and I'm sweating. I have a picture of myself in a sports jacket, and you could see the sweat stains. It's just like horrible. And then finally, after what seems like an eternity, I hear, and I go, okay, great. And I take out the glove, and I put the glove on my head, and it's still silent. I'm an idiot standing with a rubber glove on my head in the middle of silence. Like, this is the most, I think maybe they're roaring, but this is thick latex, maybe. It pops off my head, there's nothing. But the saving grace was I went, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Diana Ross, because that was the end of my act. And I turn around, they roar, because I say that. I turn around, and there's a page at the curtains. The curtains aren't opening, and there's somebody holding the curtain closed. And I'm going, I'm finished. Please, I'm finished. And the applause dies down, and it's kind of like quiet and uncomfortable like this right now. So. And I'm saying, please. And I hear the guy on the other side. He goes, another 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes. And I'm going, what? So I turn around, and I have nothing else. I have nothing. I'm just a sweat and horror. And my glove is on the floor, and I'm just a mess. And it seems like what happened was, I had been on for maybe 10 minutes. But when you're dying, it seems like an eternity. And I had just heard, because it was so silent, I heard somebody walk by behind me. That wasn't the exercise. And it was horror. And then every night, the audience hated me. And at the end of the week, they said, Miss Ross wants to talk to you. And I said, oh, I'm gonna be fired. I love this. I need to be fired. I walked into her room, and she said, Howie, I think you're one of the funniest people I've ever seen. Will you stay on tour with me? And I became her opening act because she was a fan, and she has been so supportive from then ever since. I just attended her 75th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's fantastic.
You were an opening act?
Yeah, we have to take a break. I'll tell you, yeah, I opened for Lola Falana in Vegas, and it was exactly like that, and I thought I was done, and they said 10 more minutes. I'm like, I was like, walk off. They timed it. I ended up saying, I went out the second night, and I was like, oh, it was the second show, because it's 2 shows a night.
Right, yeah.
I walked out, and I said, you know how when you order like a steak dinner, it comes with vegetables, like a broccoli or spinach, and you don't really want that, but it's on the plate? I'm that. I'm the spinach. I'm the broccoli. I know you're here for the steak, but there was just silence. They were silent. They didn't care. Yeah, it was terrible. But yeah.
Hey, we're here. You made it. I got a prediction. You are gonna do good in this business.
God, I hope so. I hope so.
Mark my words.
All right.
This kid's going place.